Hey guys, it's Apollo here, and today I'm doing a review of the 125 skill high grade Gundam Seltsam. Alright, here is the Seltsam itself. Now, I gotta say, well, I am not as pleased as I initially thought this kit would be, because, well, you will see later in the review why I don't really think this kit is great as I thought it would be. So, yeah, let's go to the reviews. Yes. Well, this is one menacing looking suit, I have to admit, because Seltsam really looks, it's really like, as it looks in the anime, it's pretty mysterious, and no one knows why it looks like that. But I feel, yeah, well, that big arm really makes me like feel this kit is really badass and menacing. But unfortunately, due to the flops that this kit has, it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be me seeing thing the same as it is. Start over. Unfortunately, I don't think from what I'm seeing here is like just like how we see in anime. So yes, put it that way. In terms of colors, you get the purplish purple, which surprisingly is a little bit more lighter than I thought. I saw in the promo pictures. It's much more darker, which I prefer. But yeah, it's fine. You've got the navy blue. You got the wine red for some parts on the main body. You got the orange red on the Seltsam arm, which is the huge ass arm right on the right side, and you got some yellow and some gray joints here and there. So that's about it. Now in terms of stickers, well, you don't really get a lot. That's good. So I'll give it that. You don't get a lot of stickers in this kit. So let's take out this real quick. Okay. Alright. So stickers basically this mainly going about on the head only. That's about it. Basically you got the eyes on the main eyes and the main head. You've got the eyes on the mask. You got the eyes on the refin, and you get a camera at the back of the head. That's it. That's all stickers you get. So pretty good in terms of detail. But unfortunately, like I said, there are some flaws in this kit. So the kit itself feels, well, I mean, it looks solid right now, yes, but when you play around with this kit, it feels really loose. Like, okay, I know people say it's because of polycaps, but trust me, polycaps are the way they are. So it depends on your luck and draw. But for me, I feel like it's most majority of the Seltsams people has this issue where the joints are a little bit loose. Like not just on the, like, mainly on the legs and the hips and the elbow arm right here, and that's right, and also the torso. So yeah, well, that's, I'll explain later when I do that, because you see throughout the review, maybe the legs won't stay in place when I give the weapons, which is another issue we'll get wrong with later. Articulation, it's not that great. The head is on a double ball joint, goes down, up, really far up before your head pops off, and it can rotate. The arms, okay, let's go to the left arm first. The left arm is basically the Gundam arm, basically. There's a polycap that's swinging forward, then the arms can go up. Oops. Yeah, it's not a secure fit, so the arms can go about that far. Rotation, there's no rotation on top of the elbow. It's mostly on the elbow, which is pretty good, because if you know some kits like the Gundam Alex, the Tristan, or whatever, you know that when you have these kind of joints, when they do God, why am I start over? Okay. You know, in the Alex and Tristan, where if you know how the arms are displayed, maybe like this, and the arms on the side, yeah. It's fixed. It's kind of fixed in this case, which is pretty good. So the elbow can rotate, and then the wrist is on a ball joint, which is really tight. I don't want to move it too much. Okay, for the left, the Seltsam arm, which is the right arm. Well, it's not particularly thought it would be okay. Oh yeah, by the way, missing detail. I forgot to mention, I painted it gray on the joints of the Seltsam arm, and these parts are supposed to be wine red, but then I can't find a color that matches this one red, so I left it alone. So basically, arm basically same thing. It can rotate all the way around. It can swing out on a polycap. Okay, let's take out the arm to make it easier. There is a joint on the ball joint which allows you to swing up, so the arm can go about. Put it back on there. That far. And then there is a rotation in the bicep. There is a double joint on the elbow, but that's mainly for like the gimmick of the Seltsam arm, which I already showed right now. So, yep. Oh, and it's pretty tight though, so be careful. So I'm kind of worried about breaking this thing. And the wrist, it has a hinge that goes up and down, and then there's a ball joint on the hand itself. And another thing, the hands are hollow. And those are high grade, but come on, you could just make it solid. And the thumbs, okay, the thumbs on the both sides of the hands, they are molded together, but you can separate them so they can move individually. And another issue, these fingers don't move, which is going to be which will cause a little bit of a problem when you get the weapons later on. So I'll mention that later. The front skirts are moved together because separate like I do. Side skirts on a hinge and not much of a swivel. Back skirt doesn't move. The hips are on a tilting joint, but it's easier to move on this kit, so it's pretty interesting. The legs can go forward about less than 90 degrees. Nothing, so not much back. Out before the hip hits the waist. Rotation at the hip. Double jointed knee, it's okay. This thing moves up, but that's mainly for like if you're fighting beam cannons. This ankle armor moves up as well. The foot is on a hinge that moves forward and back on polycap, and then the feet's on a ball joint, but it doesn't move that much, kind of sadly. So yeah, articulation, well, it's not really that great, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I feel is good is this Seltsam arm. That's pretty nice to play around with. Other than that, the kit isn't kind of, I guess, I think it's quite mediocre if I put it that way. And yeah. Our accessories, well, okay, let's start off what's on the kit. They show an articulation. These are the beam cannons, which surprisingly, these beam cannons are exactly the same beam cannons you see on the Gundam Mark III. Okay, yeah, this is a Gundam Mark III base, so the Gundam Mark III's beam cannons are on the backpack, which are on here, now goes onto the legs. That's interesting. Oh yeah, wait, I forgot this thruster moves and then this flap here moves. So that's it for the main Gundam. Now let's get onto the hand accessories. Now, first off, we have the Hyper Death Lance, which is a huge lance. I think Kimura would be proud of this. Basically, there is a hole in the backpack. There is a peg on the adapter. You just peg it on like so, and to hold it, you can hold in two ways. Basically, wait, before I go on, actually, now let's do it now. So, the Hyper Death Lance can hold in two ways. You can hold it on the Seltsam arm or your normal arm. For a Seltsam arm, this is where the issue comes in. And as you notice as well, like the legs are starting to split apart, which is not good. So let's go and put the Hyper Death Lance on the Seltsam arm. Now here comes the problem, which I think people don't like about this kit, which I kind of agree. Okay, so you're supposed to hold the Hyper Death Lance like this, and this is one of the problems because the Hyper Death Lance is so heavy. The polycap and the ball joint on the arm can't support the weight. It's very similar to like the Gundam Astro Renacimento, where when you combine the demolition knife and the bastard chopper together, that's the arm cannot support the whole weight of the arm. Just like if it's like the Barbatos Stupus Rex, like if these joints are like on the polycap but on the plastic joints, I think that hold way more better. But unfortunately, they're polycap, so it cannot hold that well. And another thing I don't like about this is the fingers. They don't fold. Come on, Bandai. Can't you make these fingers fold? I mean, how hard is it? Like, you can just, I don't know, at the least you just put knuckle joints in here. That would be fine. Then I can just fold, make it look more natural. But nope, that's not the case. So if you don't want to put the Hyper Death Lance on the Seltsam arm, you can also, extend the handle and then take out the hand cover and pull. There's a handle right there, and it holds onto the normal arm. But as you can see, it is pretty loose. This kit, oh god, stand up. So, oops, sorry. So basically, if I put this on, come on, there we go. So yeah, I mean, I think it holds a little better on this arm. This actually no, I lied. No, it doesn't hold well, and it's so heavy that you split apart the handcuffs. Brilliant. But I'm not really interested in the lance, obviously, because it's so heavy. These Seltsam can't even hold it. So we're not gonna bother with that, but I will go to another weapon which I feel is even more better than the hybrid death lance. The shield binder with the folding death launcher. Basically the same thing as a peg on the backpack. There's a hole in the backpack, you just peg it in. It's like, yeah, it's like that. And then basically there are various articulation on the shield. Basically there's many joints in the arm, so when you move that around. So if you want to use the death launcher, you flip this panel up and pull the handle, and then just adjust it. You just play around with it until you find the sweet spot. But unfortunately, due to the limitation of the arm, you don't get a good pose out of it. So the only way I'm seeing is that you only pose it like this. And the good thing about this thing, that moment I feel is because, okay, you know how high grade some weapons parts form when you make it like in shot mode, apart from or whatever. This one folds. Think of it as the smooth power gun from the high grade option, but iron bullet arm set for the Barbatos, where that just folds out, pulls out, and then pegs back on. This one flips. So I'm happy they did that, as opposed to just peg in and swap out. So I'm glad they did that. And yeah, that's what accessories. They do what their job. I mean, you got a fair amount. Oh yeah, by the way, before I forget, you do get a adapter if you want to use the peg the shield binder and the hybrid death lance into a different kit with a 2-pack system. That's pretty neat. So yeah, that's about accessories. Nothing much. I mean, this is cool. That is cool, but unfortunately, this thing is too heavy. You can't even damn hold that thing well. And then this thing is cool, and I'm on display it like this because this is what I prefer as opposed to this. I mean, because you can see the hips are so weak that it can't even support the weight. But now standing, so that's something. Or for comparison, well, I can't bring my Earthly out because it's Demon and Shell. I don't take that out. But I do have my DJ here just to share with. Okay, so Seltsam is slightly more taller than average Musu. Not crazy tall, but it is an average size. Well, like almost an average size Musu, but slightly taller. But yeah, I think it's a review. I think. Just a little addition before I forget. You do get some disposable parts in this kit, and obviously, it's a new mold, but you do get some disposable parts in the kit, which is quite surprising. First of all, you get a holding left palm hand, which is with thumbs up, which has a peg on there, but it is crossed on the kit. So basically, they're saying they might really, this is basically meant for Bean Saber, and I can tell they're gonna use it for the Mark III. Speaking of Mark III, here are the list for parts for the kit. First of all, you do get honestly left for thruster. That's pretty good if you want to lose one of the thrusters on the backpack, which is easy to lose. And then you get a D plate, which is some parts from the Gundam Mark III. See right there, Gundam Mark III. And you also get ammo clips, which plug into nothing. So basically, we can all assume Bandai is gonna make a higher Gundam Mark III down the line, but who knows? Alright, that's a review of the hybrid gun Seltsam. Now, honestly, I am not as pleased as I thought this kit would be. So, let's get on the real issue of this kit. It is pretty loose, just to put it simply. It is so loose that I can't even pull a decent pulse out of this thing. It keeps, it's very fiddly. It's not fiddly to the point where you can't kind of give up on just actually, making a decent pulse. I mean, if you see a Facebook post on some of my groups I'm in, you realize my poses I do weren't very dynamic. That's because the fact that this kit is so loose that I can't even find a good pose. I can only do a very basic pose, and that's about it really. So details wise, I mean, I'll give it credit. This thing is very detailed and very very nicely made. Very nicely designed. Articulation is so. I'm not saying it's the best or worst, but I think for Mark III, I mean, for a Marine High Grade, I kind of wish they could do a little bit better. The accessories, I mean, as they're okay, but the hybrid death lance is a big letdown because this lance the Seltsam can't even hold the lance. That's very very disappointing because that lance is the reason why people want to get a Seltsam, because you see the anime, you see the Seltsam grabbing that lance with the Seltsam arm and just make a shockwave. That was so cool. I want to do the same thing with this model kit, but unfortunately I can't because the hand is so dang heavy that I can't even hold it properly. I mean, the only thing I feel weapon good to the kit is basically the folding death launcher. That's what it is. I mean, that's the only thing I feel that's. Oh yeah, speaking of the shield miner, there are beam sabers right inside the shield. I know they're basically going to shield. I mean, this is going to shield the Mark III, the original Mark III, but there are no beams in this kit. I've not tested out to see whether it actually fits a beam in there, but I think most likely you will be able to fit one beam inside there. But the only problem is it's kind of hard to reach. And as I was saying, yeah, it's very disappointing. Like I expect this kit to be very, very fun to play around with, but no, it's so loose that I can't even pull a decent pull. I can't even make a good pulse out of it. I can't even think it. So overall, do I recommend this kit? If you like the Seltsam, then yes. If you have any reason not to like Seltsam, then there's no reason to, because quite frankly, you're not missing out, and this kit won't be. It's an enemy steel plus. It doesn't do much in the anime. All it does is just basically just appear once, and then the enemies, the build diver just fly off or try to fight against it, but it doesn't do much in the show. So I'm not as pleased as I initially thought it would be. So yeah, honestly, it's a pass. You only get it if you like the Seltsam. Other than that, don't really get it. It's not that worth it, guys. I'm sorry. I don't like to say these kind of things, but I have to be honest right here. But yeah, so that's what it, guys. Thanks for watching this review, and stay tuned for more videos. Peace out.